Here with tonight's Small Block Super Feature winner, Greg O'Connor. Take us through your night.
We started off the night just trying to shaking it down from last week after messing up a little bit and tearing the right front off of it. And, a little tough nowadays when we only get one practice, so the car wasn't too bad. The track was a little weird, I feel, this week, and talking with some other guys that had grip but didn't kind of tonight. But overall, the heat race kind of got in a little bit of a jingle with Tessa Crawford. Just her new up front. I kind of misjudged her a little bit, but I want to apologize for that. And if we help get her back out on the track, take the green at least.
So you guys were thrashing on that car in the pits. She pulled in and it just stopped almost nowhere near her pit area. It looked like.
I don't like racing like that in heat races, so I felt terrible. So I did what we could to do to help her out, get her back out there, and get going.
And then you, how was the feature?
Feature was good. Obviously with having 2 DNFs this year, our handicap kind of got us up front. Third place we started, kind of just buying time, seeing how the car was going to react to it cooling off and the sun going down. Actually, Brian made a pretty good adjustment and got the car kind of rotating the center a little bit better for us. Just bide time, got the restart on the outside of Hilton, and Derek had a good week this week, and I think he would have been pretty tough to get by, so I was kind of happy the caution came out and gave us the outside jump. And after that, I just tried to be smooth, hit my marks, tried not watching the TV down the front stretch as much as I could, and just held on. I thought we were pretty good until I got that caution with 5 to go, and ended up hanging on to it. And good rebound from last week.
So I didn't realize you guys can kind of use the TV as a spotting device.
I get yelled at it a lot for taking a quick peek at it, but it definitely helps sometimes. I mean, you can't really stare at it, but
yeah, of course.
You get a quick peek at it to kind of judge where guys are and who's behind you and whatnot.
So how was your tire situation this week? I know you guys are only allowed so many sets for the year.
Yeah, we had, like I said, the first week we broke our transmission, replaced it for the feature. Thought we had something, but there wasn't quite right for the feature. So I actually had 4 tires on this week. We ran the first week's tires for 2 weeks in a row, and then we put new tires on for this week. I like to kind of make sure we have 4 tires for the bigger races and kind of work off of there. So it was time for tires this week.
But then how many sets of tires do you guys get for the year?
We get 17 tires total, I believe.
Okay.
I have to go back and look at the rule, but we can start the season off with 2 sets, and then we get 1 a week till the end of the year, and then classic weekend we get 2 sets fresh, so everybody's on the same plain classic weekend with fresh tires.
So it was first win for the season this year for you. So car's feeling really good then at that point?
Yeah, we last week the car was on a rail. I've never been a big outside guy, but like I've heard before, you got to go where guys aren't, and the outside happened to be there last week, and I feel like we were making pretty good ground out there. Track's a little rough. We'll try to get used to the outside groove. I tried it today a couple times, but kind of decided not to. I was kind of going to be content with the top 5 finish, but things played out a little bit better.
You would say that's been one comment that's been kind of consistent this year. Just, I don't want to say no outside, but the outside hasn't been exactly there lately.
There's right now after Dirt Week, there's a huge patch that they got that's pretty rough transition coming across it. So if you hit it right, you're okay. If you hit it just off, it kind of bounces the car through it a little bit. And for me last week, I think if I had a little bit better bite over that, I think the car would have been a little bit better last week.
Now, where's that patch now? Is that?
It's just coming out of 2, just in like the middle of 2. Okay. It's a good sized patch that the car kind of skips across.
We'll say they seem to be patching a lot of different areas every year after Dirt Week. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, I mean it's old asphalt. I mean and I get it. It'll probably make the supers too fast. As much as that sounds funny with new asphalt all the way around, but the patches this year a little bit rough. They weren't there last year, but just like I said, trying to go where guys aren't. So I'm gonna try as much as I can to run the outside.
Yeah, fair enough. Everybody, that's the biggest thing is you got to go where they're not to be able to go up to the front. So, what would you like to think tonight?
We got to thank my crew, my father, Andy O'Connor, Dennis Munsky, Brian Dana, Jules, Mike Cohen, the Coleman crew, the Pisa crew. We're all part of a big team. All my sponsors that help me throughout the year, get me through. Munsky's Autos, which is owned by Dennis Munsky, not only a big time sponsor, but helping hand every ounce of the way. I got Modified here in Oswego, Arts Parts and Mowers, Bad Boy Mowers, Ultimate QM, RCC Carburetors out of North Carolina. Brian does a great job on our carburetors. Ray Hedger with the chassis, and hope he's doing well. It's fun talking with Ray throughout the weeks whenever you need a hand. He's still a phone call away. Everyone else that throws in, pitches in, cheers for me, it means a lot.
Awesome. I know you were just saying that it's a small army here with, what, you said 3 or 4 different teams that you guys kind of pitching together?
Here, yeah. Then,
that's awesome.
We're going to have Sean Goslin back again with us for Classic Weekend this
Oh,
year,
nice,
so
nice.
Have him come back. And
Is that just going to be a one-off classic thing, or is he going to come up for Mr. SBS?
We're going to have him run Mr. Week again just to kind of have his shakedown and make sure the car's good to go, and then we'll jump in the Classic with him, and I'm looking forward to it. I feel it myself. I owe him the Mr. Race after last year's miscue at the scales, and I don't think the 5-pound difference made a big deal, but Sean's a great wheel, and I'm actually looking forward to having him back.
It seems like he's one of the top 5 or 10 guys. Whenever you guys pull up with him, he's a guy to beat between.
We joke around. My older brother Andrew actually owns that car. But we joke around. He's got a 50-50 percentage with us. He's got 4 starts and 2 wins. So and two of the biggest wins. So like I said, Sean's a good wheel, and as long as he's willing to do it, we're gonna keep having him come back.
Awesome. Well, good luck the rest of the year.
Appreciate it. Thank you.